And that was my trailer. I hope you liked it. I got the clips of Vancouver from this awesome channel called Timelapse HD, and I got the fire clips elsewhere, and everything is linked downstairs. So movies. My favorite movie right now is with Sean Connery and Donald Sutherland. It's from the 1970s. It's called The First Great Train Robbery, or The Great Train Robbery, depending on who you ask. It's a movie I stumbled upon when I was about 8 at my grandma's house, and I was just watching TV and a Sean Connery marathon came on. And I was like, Sean Connery! Yes! Because even at 8, I was like, I know Sean Connery's great. So I came in about halfway through this movie, watched it, loved it, never found it again until about 6 months ago when I took a chance and searched it on Netflix, and it was there. And now, like, every time anybody comes to my house and they're like, hey, let's watch a movie, I'm like, I know just the one. I know, cool story, bro, right? But my first ever favorite movie, like as a kid, and a movie that is still in my top 5, has a much more interesting background. When I was about 5, I went to my aunt's camp with my family, and there was a bunch of family friends there, and they had their kids there, and we were all playing, and somehow, don't ask me how, it turned into this game of like avoid cooties kind of thing, and I got backed up into a corner. And in that corner were some of my aunt's plants. Specifically cacti. And when I got backed up into it, I fell and sat down and broke a cactus. Lucky for me, it had needles like this, and rather than the one like this, which was right behind it. However, when needles are that small, there's a lot of them. And note, I was wearing a bathing suit, so it didn't start to hurt really until I stood up. And from that it's kind of a blur, but I know I ended up belly down on a dog bed with a bunch of people pulling needles out of my ass. Now you may be wondering, how does this relate to my favorite movie? And don't worry, I'm getting there. So we called the hospital and were told that they'd be doing basically exactly what we were doing. So they kept going, one man in particular finding creative ways to remove them, including but not limited to tweezers, tape, and razors. When finally my butt was needle-free, it was about bedtime, but because of my deal, I got to stay up with unlike the other kids, with the parents and watch an adult movie, which was The Mummy. Still easily one of my favorite movies, and it's what honestly got me obsessed with history and Egypt, and if it wasn't for sitting on a cactus, I would never have gotten to watch it. One more movie that kind of shaped my life, like last story, I swear, was Heart and Souls. And that was kind of my family's movie, you know, like me, my mom, and my brother. Like, we started watching, I was probably like 3 years old, and every time they'd be in the bathroom, you know, singing Walk Like a Man, we'd get up and we'd start singing and dancing, and for a brief moment we felt like, you know, a real family. And it was just great. Like, I can't honestly say it's my favorite movie ever, you know, and it's classic and it's really, really good. But it's definitely a movie I could never forget. A few more of my favorite movies would have to be, you know, like Monty Python, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. Then there's, Sahara with Steve Zahn, because I love me some Steve Zahn. And then, The Holiday, almost exclusively because of Kate Winslet. Like, I actually kind of just ignore Cameron Diaz's side of that movie and just watch for Kate Winslet. I'm just looking at my shelf over there of movies, and Alice, which is a 4-hour miniseries on the Sci-Fi Network, which is so good. And on the same note is The 10th Kingdom, which is a little old now, but it's about 7 hours long. I feel like I've talked for a while now, so there's just a lot to talk about, and I left so many out, like, just so many that I want everybody that watches this video to watch. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I hope you check out some of the movies that I recommended, and if you have, or if you do because of this, please tell me down below in the comments if you liked them, or if, you know, you have any stories you want to share. That would be really, really cool, and I'd love it to read them. So, links downstairs. Bye.